We're here in Pioneer Village in Salem, 1630. And I thought I would bring you through and have a little peek-see. 1 second. So, introduce yourself to the world.
Hi, my name is Chris Tremblay. I'm a site manager here for Salem 1630. And this is what Salem would have looked like downtown 380 years ago, without the traffic. I would say it's a lot more peaceful out here.
Nice.
And there's a lot of wilderness. And again, that's probably what the first settlers who came here said as well.
Excellent. So I take it this is the governor's house, is that right?
Yes, this is called the Governor's Fair House.
And is it the only house that has glass? Is that right?
Is.
And I see. So being the governor had some perks.
Yes, they did.
So the other houses, then they just had open.
They have open windows, and they could have put cloth or oiled paper.
Wow.
But they have shutters, and they're shut at night. And the governor also had brick for his hearth and fireplaces.
Oh, wow. Well, that makes a huge difference. I would imagine cutting back on fire in bits and pieces. All right. Cool. And how large is the village that you have set up? And this is drapes for the bed here, right?
Yeah, that's the bed curtains for the bedstead. If you were lucky, you had a bedstead. Not so lucky, you just had a hay mattress on the floor.
All right.
Most people had a hay mattress on the floor.
Oh, my. So how many structures are there out here?
Let's see, we have a dugout in the backfield, which shows the very early settlement, and then we have the English wigwam, and those show the very rough times when Roger Conant and his group would have come here in November of 1626.
Wow.
And they also lived in tents, so it was very rough.
Okay.
And then by 1628, Governor John Endicott would have arrived, and he ordered that the fishing station be brought to Nome Cake, as it was called, to be his house. And they disassembled it and brought it to Nome Cake for him. He would house not only himself, but the ministers of the church by 1629. So there would be 3 families living in a 4-room house with
wow.
1 room for storage for the goods that they brought over here on the ships. And this would also be the center of government, and it was also the center of church. It was the meeting house. So it was a much-used house.
Wow.
Certainly earned its keep.
Well, at least you'd have the body heat in there from all the bodies.
Yeah,
and the ceiling height in here, is that representative of the ceiling in most of them, or just the governor's house?
Probably the governor's. He's got, he has enough money and wood and timber at that time that it didn't matter how much wood he used to keep warm, because there was plenty about.
Check.
Later on, it would get well used, and that would actually go back in trade to England and to other places, as well as our salted codfish.
Wow, cool. And so we'd have things like herbs and such hanging from the ceilings.
We have an abundance of herbs. We've had a great gardening year. Our vegetables are coming along pretty well.
And this would be
Yes, a great wheel.
Great wheel, which is sort of like a spindle?
It's a spinning wheel.
Spinning wheel? All right.
And that one you have to walk and turn the wheel by hand.
If I was Beauty, I wouldn't want to be pricking my finger on here.
That's the spindle, right?
All right,
It's not set up right at the moment, so that would actually be facing sideways.
Now, this in here, this is not a voodoo doll, obviously. It's
a little puppet.
It's a little
which
toy.
Would be a little girl's toy.
All right, fantastic. All right, well, thanks so much for chatting with me.
Welcome.
I'm going to go out and meander around and take a look at some of the structures.
Okay.
And sorry, how big did you say the space is that we've got down here to look through?
It's probably about 4 acres or so.
4 acres. All right, so a nice little walk.
It is.
All right, we're going to meander around now. Thanks for joining. Thank you.